Hi guys, I'm naturopath Diana M. Drake, and I want to go over 6 things that you can do if you have eczema. Eczema is obviously a very annoying, itchy, red condition of the skin, and actually, in Chinese medicine, this might be a little hard to see, but we're really dealing with the digestive organs when we're talking about eczema. So, this is called five element theory, and we basically have on the exterior our small intestine, our stomach, and our large intestine. So, eczema is literally too much heat building up in this system that drops down into this system and expresses through the skin. So, this metal air system also represents the skin in this theory. So, when we're dealing with eczema, we really want to look at the symptom here in the skin. And in order to resolve it, we are going to support both this system and then back it up to support the entire digestive system. Okay, so I'm going to go over the 6 things that you can do naturally to help yourself with eczema. So, number 1 is going to be you want to work on repairing the gut. So, the easiest way that you can think about your diet is that you want to eat a fiber fueled diet. So, fiber is fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, and organic whole grains. Now, obviously, if you have a sensitivity, to any of those, you would avoid them. But generally speaking, you want to aim for a 90% organic fiber fueled diet. Okay, we're also going to want to incorporate lots of naturally fermented foods. And when I say naturally fermented, what I mean is when you look at the ingredient deck, like on a jar of pickles, if it says vinegar in there, it's not naturally fermented. That means they just put vinegar in there to add the taste, and there's really no probiotic cultures in it. So you want something that's naturally fermented. So like sauerkraut is always going to be naturally fermented, kimchi, but things like pickles, you need to find a brand, which I don't even think they have them at any of the natural stores. I actually order mine online. But you want to find a brand where the pickles are just salt, water, and brine. So it's just salt and water, and it naturally ferments over time to really develop those amazing cultures of probiotics that are so beneficial for the gut. So if you can just eat a couple tablespoons a day of naturally fermented foods, that is really, really good for repairing the gut. Things you want to take out are going to be gluten because that acts like glue in the large intestine. You want to remove dairy because it's inflammatory and acidic. You want to remove processed sugar and inflammatory oils. So inflammatory oils would be anything like canola oil, anything fried. A lot of times it's hidden in salad dressings, canola and veggie oil. You really want to use good oils like avocado, coconut, olive, just not inflammatory oils like veggie oil. A lot of those come from like corn and soy. That's just not ideal. It's inflammatory in the body. You also want to make sure you're taking a lot of pre and probiotics. And I love actually like mushroom powders for prebiotics. And then as far as probiotics, you just want to do something nice that's in a capsule. It can be refrigerated or shelf stable. It doesn't really matter as long as you're taking it on a daily basis. And you can also add some other really great supplements that kind of help repair that gut lining. And that would be things like collagen, marshmallow root, aloe vera, slippery elm, and any other sort of like mucilaginous herbs that are really cooling and repairing to the digestive tract would be great. So after repairing the gut, we're going to move on to thing number 2, and that is to clean up the toxins in your home. So if you are using chemical surfactants in your detergent and chemical house cleaners, we want to clean that up because it's really irritating to the skin. Even things that say free and clear, that just means it's free of perfumes and dyes. It does not mean that it's non-toxic or plant-based. You really need to find yourself a nice organic plant-based brand that you can use for your dishwasher, to wash your clothes in, to wash your hands, and to be spraying your windows and your surfaces and your floors, even in your toilet bowls. You don't want any chemicals in your home. We want to get rid of as many irritants as possible. And this actually moves me on to point number 3, which is you also want to clean up your makeup and your personal care products. So you don't want to use any shampoos, conditioners, soaps, lotions, things on your body that are toxic. A lot of times a lot of those, skin gentle brands on the shelf at the drugstore, if you turn it around and read the ingredients on the back, it's just full of toxic chemicals. You don't need that on your skin. What you need are things that you can pronounce, like nut butters and, different kind of seed oils, essential oils, things that are natural and organic that you can actually read the full ingredient on the deck. That is okay to use on eczema. You want to avoid anything chemical. Also, makeup. You don't want to be putting toxic makeup on your body if you have eczema. You want to replace that with organic and non-toxic brands. And, right now it's easier than ever. There are so many beautiful cosmetic brands that you can replace all of that junky makeup with, so that you're really just not overburdening your body with toxins, because eczema really is an overburdened immune system, overburdened with toxicity, and then we have issues in the gut that are causing everything to be expressed or pushed out through the skin. So that brings me to point number 4, which is going to be topical remedies. Yes, we talked about lotion and things in the last point, but as far as topical remedies, I really like to use a colloidal silver gel on the skin topically. You can get that at most natural grocer type stores, natural stores. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Fullscript. Basically, it's just a colloidal silver suspended in a gel. So colloidal silver is an antimicrobial, antibiotic, but it's natural. So it doesn't kill your body's natural doesn't kill your body's natural microbiome. So it's really, really beneficial for eczema. It just kind of eats up all that junk and makes it a little smoother on the surface. So I think that that's great as kind of right out of the shower or at night. You can use that. And then over it, you want to use something that is maybe like a treatment oil or like a moisturizing bar, something that's really rich. It could have maybe something that's like helps with itch in it, maybe like a comfrey or a chickweed or something. So there's all kinds of balms and salves that you could use on eczema. It's just, again, you want to look at those ingredients and make sure that it's a natural oil or seed or nut butter with essential oils or herbs in it. You don't want any junk, no preservatives, none of that stuff. And then going on to point number 5, if you have eczema, you really want to be detoxing often. This will help with your overburdened immune system. And you can do that with juice. You can do, juice cleanses. You can do the master cleanse, which is it's like the lemonade cleanse. I prefer using herbs for a detox because herbs actually go through the whole system and pull out toxins and flush them through the kidneys and the bowels. So, if you can find a nice herbal detox that you can do at least once a quarter, if you have eczema, you need to be constantly on top of it and make sure you're detoxing at least once a quarter. And then whenever you have a bad breakout of eczema, that's a really great time to run a detox. So I would just always have an herbal detox on hand to be able to do for yourself. And then lastly, number 6, you want to do things that support the body's immune response. So, right now there's so much information about immune system and immune response, and the same thing applies to the skin. So vitamin C, but you want to make sure it's food grade vitamin C, which means it will not have a parentheses that says ascorbic acid. It'll just be food grade vitamin C. It will be from a whole food like cherries or something with bioflavonoids in it. It won't say ascorbic acid. That's really important. You want a whole organic whole food vitamin C. You also like things like zinc, vitamin D. You can even use like elderberry, especially in the wintertime. That's a great antiviral. It's really good for the immune response in the body. And then I think the last thing I just want to add, which would kind of fall on number 1, is digestive enzymes. That's going to start the digestive process to help you break down foods so that they're going a little bit easier through first the small and then the large intestine. And if I know I went over a lot of herbs and things today with you guys. If you want to contact me, I would be happy to write out for you all the brands that I recommend and where you can get all of the herbs and things that I've mentioned in this video. So you can just simply send me an email to hello@dmd DMDnaturalmedicine.com. You can just send me an email that says, hey, Diana, I saw your eczema video. I would love it if you send me all the herbs mentioned in your video, and I'm happy to send you guys a protocol that will have, you know, the enzymes, the cleanse. It'll have the stuff for the gut, the pre and probiotics, the detoxes, all that kind of stuff that I talked about, the salves, the colloidal silver gel. I'll put everything in there, and it's just through Fullscript. So you can choose to keep whatever you want, buy whatever you want. It's there. It's good forever in your email. So if you do send me an email, just make sure you include your first and last name, your phone number, and I'll already have your email, but I just need those things to create a Fullscript account for you. And if you need any help with your eczema, if this is something that I specialize in, I specialize in inflammatory skin conditions and hormonal imbalance. So if you want a free 15-minute phone consultation, I offer that to everyone across the United States. I work long distance with people every day. So you can easily request that at DMDnaturalmedicine.com and just click the top left corner for request consultation. Thanks so much, guys.